Ladies, a new book says you don't have to sacrifice your femininity to gain power. Deya Smith, author of Soft Power is the New Power, Embracing Your Feminine Edge to Win in Love and Life, stopped by on Friday to explain the definition of soft power to Roland.
First of all, you know, soft power, the word soft power is actually an international political term. And it's really about your ability to attract. You know, there's hard power.
Right.
You know, we're in a political time, so you can always go to war, or you could actually figure out how to use diplomacy. You could actually figure out how to attract people to you. And that's what soft power does. It works in politics, it works in business, but I'm really talking about also how women can use it to work in their personal lives.
Well, but that's boring. I mean, you know.
No, it's not.
It is boring.
It is so
I mean, you know, every time by, you know, you can catch, well, what's that ridiculous phrase? You can
more
catch,
with honey.
You can catch more with honey than whatever. Whatever. You want somebody who's just gonna give it to you straight and real.
Absolutely. Hold on, but here's the thing. Just like they tell you that you can diversify your financial portfolio, we can also diversify our communication portfolio. This whole thing just saying, well, that's just how I am. If it's not working for you, you know, what's wrong with developing other muscles to get more than what you want? Men are not looking for women to act just like them. You know, only one person can be the man in the relationship if you're in a heterosexual relationship.
But is this about relationship, or is this about how you operate at work?
No, it's about how you communicate in every area of your life and learning how to use communication appropriately. Communication is what? Knowing who you're talking to, right? And being effective towards your audience. So based upon who you're talking to, what the big picture is, what you want to achieve, as opposed to just always responding in emotion, be strategic. This book really teaches you how to use the tools of communication, both verbal and nonverbal, to get what you want and to attract who you want.
But we've had generations, though, where women were told to be tough, to be hard negotiators,
absolutely,
to be like men. I mean, you got a presidential campaign, and that was, I mean, those were phrases thrown around dealing with Hillary Clinton,
absolutely,
as well.
Here's the thing, you know, I'm called Deya Direct for a reason, because I've always gone hard in the paint. And what I've learned along the way is that you've got to be more than one thing. There is nothing wrong with being able to communicate in a different way based upon what you want to achieve. And so I worked in politics for years, but guess what? Even Michelle Obama softened her approach to appeal to more people. So she learned to attract more people.
She didn't really.
She did. Her look softened up. The colors she used, the way in which she communicated. I interviewed her and the president early on. Her approach was harder.
She didn't soften.
She nuanced it.
What you had is you had haters, okay, who were mad about anything, and so her deal. So when they won, bottom line is, well, I can't keep hating because they actually won, but they were hating hard during the campaign.
Listen, there were adjustments. There were adjustments. And furthermore, with Hillary Clinton, you know, she can't win as a man. So you don't have, why run away from who you are? My whole thing is, work with what God has given you. What's innate is actually powerful. Anytime you're trying to be like somebody else, regardless of what that is, you're working in a deficit. You're working from a position of weakness. My whole point is work from a position of strength. There is nothing weak. You know, soft does not make you weak, and being hard does not make you strong.
But isn't part of the problem, though, for women that they have to constantly jump back and they can't figure out, okay, what do you want? Because the reality is, especially in the workplace, you have folks who they want a woman to hard power, soft power, and you can't figure out what the other person is even trying. Well, same thing in relationships as well. It's like, okay, pick one.
Right. Well,
pick one.
One doesn't work. Based upon where you are and what you want to achieve, you can diversify your ability to communicate. That's weak to say, oh, I'm only one way. No, we change all the time. You know what? People make adjustments to how they approach things at work every single day. You don't talk to your boss the way that you talk to your child, or at least you shouldn't, because it's not going to be as effective. So based upon what you want to accomplish, you make the adjustment. That is absolutely smart. That absolutely gives you, that's skill, that's using your tools. We can be more intelligent. And so what I'm also talking about in the book is not only how to use intellectual intelligence, but how to use emotional intelligence.
All right, so give me an example where you had to change, where you said, okay, I got to stop using hard power and go soft.
I'll give you a perfect example. I was in a relationship and we were having an argument. And I mean, I was going hard in the paint. And my ex said to me, he said, you know, Deya, you go too hard. And I'm like, what do you mean? Because I had a point to make. And he said, basically, if I wanted to date a dude, that's what I would do. And I didn't let him know that, but it messed me up. It hurt my feelings because as women, we have the ability to look feminine on the outside, but a lot of times our energy is very masculine. And so it wasn't appealing. Now, of course, as you were saying, when you're at work, you know, sometimes it's necessary to use hard power. But as you also know, even major companies are now employing what we call feminine management. It's an actual term in terms of how you manage people. What does that mean? As opposed to just being arbitrary and telling people and being a dictator, no, you invest in people's lives. You listen, you engage with them, and then based upon what you know about them, you strategically help them to get to the next level. And that's showing people respect. And when you use a feminine management as, and by the way, that's a term, but it's not gender specific because a lot of men are using it too. What happens? People feel more valued. You get more out of people because you're investing in them, you're interested in them. And so we are not robots, we're people. Everybody has lives. Everybody wants to feel like they matter. Your ability to communicate in a way that's effective, you will get more out of people. So that's why it's called using your feminine edge to win in love and life. Because at the end of the day, if you know how to talk to people, you can get everything you want.
I'll tell you what, though, you want to make me feel valued, pay me. You can talk to me any way you want to.
That is, I don't know, that's a lie.
Please, you can, look, if you want to see, you can be soft, you can be hard. Long that direct,
nobody can talk to you any way they want.
Long as that direct deposit hit, to me, you want to show me value, pay me. I'm like my man.
That is a way to communicate.
I'm like, no, that's the best way to communicate.
Right.
You got to pay me because I can't deposit. It did a good job.
Well, there's more than one way to. There's more than one way to get paid, Roland. You do know that.
I understand that, but I like the hard cash one.
We all do.
I like where I can go. That smells good. All right, y'all. The book is Soft is a New Power: Embracing Your Feminine Edge to Win in Love and Smith. Deya Smith, appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
You got to pay, Roland. I'm Dr. Avis Jones-Deweaver, and this is News One Now. We'll be right back.